You probably think you know how business works, right? Make something for 10 bucks, sell it for 15, and you pocket the $5. Simple. But what if I told you some of the world's biggest companies are built by doing the exact opposite? I mean, it sounds completely backward, doesn't it? How can you possibly be profitable if you're losing money on every single thing you sell? Well, it's not only possible, it's actually a genius strategy for some companies. The real question is, how in the world does that work? Let's get into it. See, the secret is that you have to look way beyond the price tag of a single product. A company's financial story is so much bigger and more interesting than just one sale. This is the way we all naturally think about it. It's clean, it makes perfect sense. And, for a lot of small businesses, it's pretty close to the truth. But for many others, it's a massive oversimplification. Okay, so let's throw that simple idea right out the window. Think about a video game console, a PlayStation, an Xbox. The manufacturers often lose money on every single console they sell. Seriously. So why do they do it? Because the real money isn't in that one-time hardware purchase. Nope. It's in the games, which are super profitable and which they get to sell you over and over again. So this isn't some happy accident. It's a very deliberate strategy. And this brings us to the company's master plan for making money, which, of course, has a name.
It's called a business model. You can just think of it as the company's entire blueprint. It's not just about what they sell, but how they sell it, who they're selling it to, and how all those little pieces are supposed to fit together to hopefully make a profit.
A really solid business model answers these four crucial questions. Who are we actually trying to help? What problem are we solving for them? What are we really offering them to solve it? And the big one, how are we going to get paid for doing it? That last step, well, that's where things get really creative. That last piece, the plan for getting paid, is so important that it has its own name, the revenue model. So if the business model is the blueprint for the entire house, the revenue model is the specific plan for how you're going to collect the rent. It's the playbook, and there are a ton of different plays a company can run. First up, you've got the classic transactional model. You buy something once, you own it, end of story. But the real game changer lately has been the subscription model. For companies, this is the holy grail. Instead of one sale, they get predictable, recurring money coming in every single month. For us, it means we can access stuff like Netflix or Spotify without a huge upfront cost. It's that predictable cash flow that has allowed so many companies to grow so fast. Then there's the freemium model. This one is super clever. You give away a basic version of your product for free to get millions of people using it, like with LinkedIn, and you bet on the fact that a small percentage will love it so much they'll pay for the premium features. On the flip side, you have the pay-as-you-go model, like your electric bill. It's simple. The more you use, the more you pay. The advertising model is basically the engine that runs the free internet. With something like Google Search, you're not the customer, you're the audience. Google gives you an incredible service for free, and they make their money by selling advertisers access to your eyeballs. And finally, there's the commission model. Here, a company is basically a matchmaker, like eBay or a realtor. They facilitate a deal and take a small slice of a much bigger pie. Okay, now let's see how you can combine some of these ideas into one of the most famous and, frankly, one of the most brilliant business models of all time, the razor and blades model. You've probably heard the phrase before. It's often credited to King Gillette, the razor guy. But here's a fun fact for you. It was actually his competitors who really perfected this strategy. Gillette originally sold his razors as a premium, expensive item. So here's the 1-2 punch. First, you sell the razor, the main product, at a ridiculously low price, maybe even losing money on it. This is all about getting the customer locked into your system. Then, step 2, you sell the blades, the part they have to keep buying over and over at a super high profit margin. And just like that, you've created a reliable, continuous stream of cash. And once you understand this model, you start seeing it everywhere. Cheap printers that need that ridiculously expensive ink, those game consoles we talked about that need profitable games, affordable instant cameras that need pricey film, and of course the cheap coffee machines that need those single-use pods. It is the same trick, over and over again, just with different razors and different blades. So at the end of the day, all these different models are just different roads leading to the same destination, sustainable profit. But getting there always means balancing costs and making some pretty tough trade-offs. So how do you know if a business model is actually any good?
Well, one of the simplest metrics investors look at is called gross profit. It's basically the money left over from sales after you subtract the direct costs of what you sold. A really high gross profit usually means you've got a very efficient plan for making money. But, and this is a big but, there's no single best model. Every single choice is a compromise. A subscription model is great because the revenue is predictable, but it can be super expensive to keep customers from canceling. A traditional one-time sale might give you more profit per transaction, but your income is all over the place and you have to constantly hunt for new customers.
So the next time you buy something or sign up for a service, I want you to think beyond just the price. Ask yourself, what's the real plan here? Seriously, pick up your phone and look at it. Do they make money from selling you the device? Or is it from the App Store commissions, the cloud storage you pay for every month? The real story of how a company actually makes its money is almost always way more interesting than you think.